Hello. In this section we're going to import a database using FileMaker Pro. First we go to Applications and open FileMaker Pro. Now we click to convert an existing file and we search for the file we need to import j10kites.csv. Because this is a CSV file we need to click Show All Available, click on the file and open it. The first row in this file, as always, will be field names, so click here and press OK. And we're going to save our converted file somewhere suitable. So here is the imported file. Now we need to assign data types to the fields. The first field, make, should be text. We can see the field type already is text. Model, similarly, the default is text. Size needs to be numeric, so we choose field type number, and the one decimal place we sort out later when we create a report. Similarly, price, the field type is number, and we'll sort out the currency bit in the reports. The following three are text, the number is numeric, and finally stock item is Boolean. Now we can see the two possible values that exist in the data we've imported are -1 and 0. So we need to set this up first as a number, because -1 and 0 are numbers. And secondly, we need to somehow make sure that only these two values are allowable. So in the field options, go to the validation tab, and we need to make sure that only members of a list that we're about to define are allowed to be entered. So choose member of value list, manage value lists. We're going to create a new list, let's call it Boolean. And the allowed values are 0 and -1. Put them on separate lines. OK, OK, OK. Now that we've defined the field names and the data types, we want to print a screenshot. So go to File, Manage, Database. We want to select, so click on the first field name here, hold down Shift, click on the last field name, press Print. Open PDF in Preview. And here we can see the defined fields. So we just need to take a screenshot of this in order to print it. So hold down Shift Control Command 4. Select the area, and then paste that, so Command V, in our evidence document. Okay, so back to FileMaker Pro, we can close this window, and we need to insert 3 records. So we can insert these at the bottom, or we could just click on New Record and start typing. Here we need to recognize that -1 in Boolean is defined as yes, 0 is defined as no. So where stock item is yes, we need to enter -1. Save the data, it is automatically saved, we don't need to do anything. Now we need to produce a report. So to produce a report, click on New Layout Report. But before we do that, we need to define a new field called Value. So click on the plus icon here, Value, and Value is a calculated field, so field type, calculation. OK. and it should be equal to price. Click on price multiplied by number. Double click on number, and we need to make sure that we define the calculation result as a number. Click OK, and the value is calculated. And before we create our report, let's find only the records where the skill level is beginner. Find skill level beginner. So let's create the report, click new layout report. This is a report. We want the total value of the kites. So that's going to be a grand total. Fields we want to show. We want to show all the fields, so let's click move all. There are no categories in this report. The records need sorting in ascending order of make. So click on make. Move, make sure it's in ascending order. For the grand total, we want the total value of the kites. So click specify, add total value. Let's give that a name, let's call it total value. Okay. Okay, add grand total. Next. We'll leave it with the default theme. Now we want a header at the top of the page. It doesn't say where, let's put it in the center. Let's use a large custom text. Kites for beginners. And name, center number and candidate number need to go in on the left in the footer. Let's use small custom text. Next. Do not create a script. Next. And let's view the report. Let's view it in browse mode to begin with. So that's what the report looks like. Let's see, what else do we need? At the first point, we have the new field. Second point, the field value needs setting as currency with 2 decimal places. Now, several of these need displaying correctly. So if we click on Edit Layout, we need to make sure everything is displayed correctly. So let's go back for a second. Size should be shown to 1 decimal place. So click on size, click on the inspector. Click on data, format, decimal, fixed number of decimals, 1 decimal place. And we click on price, again data tab, this is currency, so click currency, fixed number of decimal places 2, currency symbol is not given, so let's stick with dollars, although often we need to use the pound sign in these exams. And down to the end, value should be currency, so click on value, format, currency, fixed number of decimals 2, and similarly total value should also be currency, after 2 decimal places. So close the inspector. We've already chosen only the records where the skill level is beginner. We have all the fields and their labels. The page orientation should be landscape. So go to File, Page Setup. Click on the Landscape button. It's landscape. And then if we save the layout, exit layout. We'll check in a second whether it fits on a single page wide. But we can see the data are sorted in ascending order of make. That's fine. Total value is calculated and displayed at the bottom, that's fine. Label current value of stock should be shown for the total value. That's not here, so we need to edit the layout again. Insert a text box here. Move it into the correct position. Suitable. You can use the arrow keys to move it small amounts. That will do. Save layout, exit layout. Now let's see how this would appear when we print it. So click on File, click on File, Print, PDF open, PDF as preview, and we can see that it doesn't quite fit on 1 page wide, so we need to change the scale. Let's go to File, need to go back to FileMaker Pro, File, Page Setup, let's try a scale of 70%, making everything smaller so it will fit on the page. Again, let's look at the print preview, so print PDF, open PDF in preview. Now we can see it all fits on 1 page. The current value of stock is there, down at the bottom, and name and so on are there. So that's fine, so we can print this, so we could go to File, Print, and print it out. Now, we want to produce some labels. First, let's go back to the first layout. Click on the table view and show all. So here's all our original data. Now, to produce labels, first let's sort the records. We want to show only records where use contains snow kite and stock item is yes. So click on Find, Use should contain snow kite and stock item is yes. Remember, stock item is a Boolean field. We've defined it as 0, -1, with -1 meaning yes. So enter -1, enter. That's okay. Let's sort these. Ascending order of price, so we could click on price, sort ascending. And then we can produce our labels. So go to New Layout Report. This time we want to produce labels. Next, we need to use custom measurements here. We want 2 labels across the page. And First we need to go back, File, Page Setup, Paper Orientation needs to be portrait again. And let's put the scale back to 100%. It's back to New Layout Reports, Labels, next. Use custom measurements. A good width for a label might be 9 centimeters, because then we can easily fit 2 across the page, and the height, a suitable height might be 6 or 7 centimeters. Let's do 6 centimeters. This way we can fit 2 labels across the page and 4 labels down the page. Click Next. And the label contents, we want to put make, model, size, price, and win condition, each on a separate line. So let's edit the label contents here, put them on separate lines. We want to display the field name as well as the data, so let's do that by typing in the field name on the left. Let's put a colon and a space to make sure that the field name and the data are clearly separated. And a heading, special offer on this kite, let's put that at the top. And at the bottom we want our name, center number, candidate number. Click Next. Let's view this. Let's view this in layout mode first, because there are some things we know we'll need to change. First, let's get rid of this large header space at the top, because that's not needed. We could make the heading a little clearer. Let's select the heading. Let's make it click Inspector, Appearance. Let's make it bold and italic. And price, we'll need a currency symbol in front of the price. So let's put a dollar sign in front of the price. Do save layout, exit layout. Now we can see these labels look fine. To print them, file, print. Let's look at the preview first. Here's the preview, so we can see there are 4 down the page, 2 across the page, and all of the data fit on one page, and it looks reasonable. So we can print that and submit it. Go back to the first layout, show all, and the final step. We want an extract from the data that selects only certain data. So let's do that first. Let's do find. We're looking for small kites of size 3 or less, so less than or equals to 3. Suitable for skill level, beginner or intermediate. So we need to add a new request. Also less than or equal to 3, where the skill level is intermediate. And we also want those where the use is not kite surf. So click new request once more. This time we're looking for records where the value is not a certain value, so click on omit, and in the use we type in kite surf. So that should find the correct data. Press OK. We want these sorted from smallest to largest size, so click on size, sort, ascending, that's fine. And finally, export the data, so file, export records, save it as a CSV, a comma separated text file. It's a suitable name, save it somewhere sensible. Let's automatically open it so we can check once we've done it. The fields we want are model, size, and use. That should work. Let's press export. Here's Excel. And that's what we require. So this section's finished. Thank you for watching.